Jeff and Jeremy here. It's time for Dumbass of the Day, brought to you by Peterson's U-Card. Spring is right around the corner. And Peterson's U-Card in Atascadero has everything you need to make your outdoor space amazing. Make sure you check out their large selection of landscape supplies, pipe, and concrete. Do it online. Go to Peterson, the letter U-Cart.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
I'm sick of activists. Everybody's a activist in Los Angeles. Everybody's like an animal activist. I love animals too. But, if I see one more person walking a dog with a coat on it, I'm going to stab him. I swear to God. That's the first sign of mental illness. You start dressing up your pets, okay? Take the snorkel jacket off the Chihuahua. The dog was born with a coat. He doesn't need another one. It's like giving an alligator false teeth. Leave him alone. We don't even have kennels now. We have doggy hotels in this country. Did you see this? We got people sleeping on the streets in this country, yet somewhere there's a poodle pissed off because a maid didn't leave a liver snap on his pillow last night. I got a lady that lives next to me that talks to her pets like she thinks they're human. She's yelling at her dog last week. She's going, "Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?" I go, I think his hearing's perfect. It's the English language that's throwing him off a tad. Maybe he can't hear you because he's wearing earmuffs and a hat.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
We're off to, where are we going? Chile? A Chilean town.
Some baby back ribs? What the hell?
Not Chili's. Chile. Chilean. Santo Domingo, where 15 people got COVID after attending a birthday party. Which you think, well, people are doing that, right? They're getting together, doing birthday parties. This birthday party was for a cat. 15 people showed up. Apparently, one person at the party had the infection, and now all 15 people have COVID because they decided to go to a cat's birthday party.
That's terrible.
Now, I realize when your daughter turned 1 many years ago, and you guys had a party, that party was really more about you guys than it was about your daughter.
Oh, it's adults party, yeah. There's beer.
Yeah, it was great. I had a great time. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But a cat? Listen,
Possible.
It just screams desperation that you need friends or you need a reason for people to be around you. What would you do if you got an RSVP to go to a cat or a dog's birthday party?
It depends on how fun the person was. I had friends growing up that would always celebrate their dog's birthday, but that's because they would find any reason in the world to throw a party, and they were great party throwers.
And you were much younger? You were at that age that you wanted to go to parties?
Yeah. And maybe these people that are throwing the birthday party for the cat were like the people that I knew growing up, where they, I would go to any party they were throwing. They would throw parties for everything. Hell, World Cup, they would throw a party. It was ridiculous how many parties they would throw. Their dog's birthday was probably the most ridiculous, but they would have parties on their dog's birthday.
Yeah, the only one that didn't get COVID was the cat. Cat tested clean, negative. One of the partygoers said, when I heard it was a cat's birthday party, I thought it was a joke, that they were probably trying to hide something. So I had to go check it out.
You know who wins in this instance, right?
Well, the cat?
No.
Oh.
Bats. Bats are like, now they can say, well, cats have spread more COVID than we have. Leave us bats alone.
Bats. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, maybe, especially during this time, is not the best time to go out and celebrate parties, especially if it's just for a cat or to see your friends, because now everybody at this party has COVID. And congratulations. I don't know who it is, but whoever decided to go to a cat's birthday party during a pandemic, you're included in this as well. Congratulations. You're Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a dummy when it comes to your landscape supplies. Go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We love U-Cart, you save!
So you were just saying that only half of Americans enjoy camping. That is mind-blowing to me. My wife wants nothing to do with it. So I always thought she was an oddity.
It's represented in your house, right?
Yeah,
there.
I mean,
you love it. She hates it.
I always thought it was, she was some kind of, weirdo, outlier.
So in this survey, 38% said that they do not enjoy camping. 42% said that they do. And then the other 10% was split up between non-applicable, meaning I guess they don't have camping at their disposal, or they've never been before, and undecided, also getting like 5 or 6% of the vote because they're just not sure.
The people that camp in their backyards, I get why you don't like camping, because your house is right there. You have all your comforts. But when you get out and you're remote and you're somewhere you've never been before and you're seeing things you don't normally see, that's what I think the key is to turning somebody on camping. Is you have to get in the mountains. You have to get somewhere where it's beautiful. You can't just go to your backyard, put up a tent, and think you're going to like camping. Who would like that? Would you rather sleep in your yard or in your house? You know what I mean?
Oh, in my house for sure. But then again, like, why would I want to sleep outside at all?
It's the experience, I guess.
I'm torn on it. I do enjoy being outdoors. Like the time. Okay, like if I was to go on a weekend, I enjoy camping from late Friday night till late Saturday night. Early Friday night, I don't like it because you're unloading and setting up and all that other garbage. And Sunday is even worse because Sunday you're packing up dirty stuff, putting it back into your car and taking it home, only to be cleaned up all day long when you get home. So you're actually paying money and wasting time to live homeless for 48 hours. Around Christmas time, there's companies that specialize in putting up Christmas lights for people that don't want to bother with putting up Christmas lights. They don't want to risk falling off their roof to put up the Christmas lights. Why is there not a camp packer or even an expert on the internet that can tell me that, hey, listen, you don't need to take 90% of the stuff that you're taking camping, because that's where we fall into the problem.
But there is. The thing is, there is. You just have to search it out on YouTube. Everybody's got, the most efficient way to go camping and what you can take all in a pack. I mean, people camp in a pack, in a backpack. But I think what you really want is what a lot of these, I think Sky River does it, is you go, you call them up, they take the camper out to where you're going to camp, they set it up for you. All you do is show up with whatever you're going to eat and drink and some clothes, and then everything is all done for you. And then you just leave it there, and then they take it away.
There is a company locally that does this. It's like an Airbnb.
That's a great idea.
RV plus you. And they take somebody like, Craig down the hall. He owns an RV. And then you would like look at all the RVs that are available for the weekend that you want to go. And you're like, okay, I want this delivered to Lake Nacimiento. And, Craig could accept or deny it. And, then, if he accepts it, he would take his RV out to Lake Nacimiento, leave the keys for you, or, meet you there and give the keys to you, and everything's taken care of. That is nice. But I don't know if I consider staying in an RV camping. I believe staying in an RV is,
glamping.
Lodging. It's lodging. It's, you have conveniences.
Oh, so you want to sleep, outside or in a tent?
I consider tent to be camping.
Okay.
In order to be camping, you're in a tent. I think if you're an RV, you're RVing. And that's a different monster altogether. That's not camping. It's just not. And that's fine. I'm not saying I'm not knocking it. I'd much rather go RVing than I would go camping.
I mean, it all depends, right? I mean, yes, I understand what you're saying. I don't know what you mean by camping, like cooking over the fire pit. I mean, most of the time, here, the parks won't let you have a fire anyway. So what are you going to do? But yeah, I mean, sleeping inside a camper or a RV, it's still camping to me, but it's still better than not camping.
I was going to make the poll question, do you enjoy camping? But now having this discussion, I feel as if though, people would say, yeah, but if it's an RV, so we're going to change the question to, do you enjoy tent camping? See how many people.
Or do you consider camp? Wait, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think how you could get like an RV or camper in there. When you go camping, do you go in a tent, an RV, or a camper?
What's a camper?
A camper is a trailer.
Isn't that an RV?
Could it be considered an RV? I don't know. Some are called campers. So a camper can be something that goes in the back of a truck. It could be that little pop-up camper, or it could be a trailer. An RV, I think, has to be a motorhome.
Doesn't a trailer have wheels, thus making it part of your vehicle when you're towing it?
Okay, so you don't like my, you know.
Well, I'm just saying that I think the trailer and the RV are the same things. If you're going to break it down to trailer and RV, they still contain the conveniences.
All right, then I would do you prefer to camp in a tent, under the stars, or /RV camper, RV/camper?
But if you're in an RV, are you really camping?
I don't know. Some people would say you are.
Yeah.
My buddy has a pop-up camper.
A liberal elite.
You know what I mean? You pull it out there with his little Toyota, and then he does a crank, and it comes up, and there's 2 beds in there, and there's a table, and there's a little stovetop. Is that camping? It's a tent.
I would say not.
It's a tent.
Yeah. It's a trailer it's a tent on wheels. And you have the modern convenience. You're not cooking over a fire.
Now I know why you don't like camping. Now I know why you don't like camping. You make it so hard on yourself. All right.
Yeah, because I go with like Boy Scouts, like people that were Eagle Scouts and stuff like that, and they got to prove their worth. And it's like, dude, I was not an Eagle Scout.
See, that would be annoying to me. The whole Eagle Scout. Like, I have a friend that I go camping with that is a knot tire, and I swear to God, all I want to do every year is learn how to tie a knot that he doesn't know how to tie, because I'm so tired of being shown up by this Eagle Scout who knows how to tie all the knots.
Yeah, knot tying is not my forte. I can't get anything to stay up in a tree. Are you kidding me? God.
It's our SurfNet Communications poll question, getting you connected with speeds faster than DSL or satellite, especially in rural areas. That is SurfNet Communications, the leader in broadband internet. Hit the link next to the daily poll right now. Go to KZOZ.com.
Wake up. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Since you were talking about camping, and it's our new poll question right now, KZOZ.com. And it's reading about this guy. It's kind of crazy. He went missing, and they couldn't find him. And they did the search party for a couple of weeks. And eventually they found him, and he was all by himself. He was he'd been living off of water that came from a dam and eating mushrooms. And he got stranded in his car. This happened in Australia. And it wasn't until after they called off the search that somebody found him. And apparently they'd been walking by this dam several times over the last couple of weeks looking for this guy. I was just thinking, like, God, if you were driving somewhere and your car broke down and you're in the mountains or you're in the desert or you're somewhere where no one else is around, how many days would you give yourself? How much time would you give yourself that you could make it before you croak? Because I'm thinking, I feel like I know a few things, and I always pack some water. But man, after 5 days, I don't know.
There was this. My parents live in what would be considered the rural Pacific Northwest, but not really, because they have a Costco like 10 minutes down the street from them, right? So it's like, they live out in the woods, but not really out in the woods. It's more suburbia than it is woods. But when you're there, it feels like you're out in the woods. Well, there is this road that you have to go down, and I swear 150 to 450 cars go up and down this road on a daily basis, because so many people live out in these woods, and their main line to get to the Costco and everything else is down this hill. And this hill is a gnarly hill. Okay, you have to drive 25 miles an hour down it, and if it's wet, it's slippery, and you could slip off the road. Well, this happened with one girl. She was driving up of it, and she was there when nobody else happened to be there in rough weather conditions, and she went off the side of the cliff.
Oh,
well,
geez.
She sat down there forever. Now, it was not enough to where she died, but she passed out. And when she woke up, she did not know where she was at. She had suffered some amnesia, and she was surviving off of the condensation inside the car, which she woke up in, and she didn't know what she was at. There were some physical conditions that went along with it too, like I think maybe a broken leg or something like that. But 7 days after she went off the road, somebody found her, and she was still alive. It's the craziest story.
Sucking condensation off the windows.
Yes, and there's hundreds of people that were within 50 feet of her during those 7 days, and she had no idea, and they had no idea. Jeez. It was one of those weird stories of survival, even though she was right there. So crazy, such a crazy story. But she ended up surviving, and everything turned out fine.
Would you drink your own pee? I think I would. Huh?
I don't know.
I think about, Highway 1 out past Ragged Point, and, your cars go off there all the time, and then they don't find them forever. And I mean, it was just a few years ago, there was a couple different stories like that. And it's like, gosh, my car is not prepared. I don't have blankets and extra water. I should. I have the storage for it. Makes you think. You could get lucky or you could die.
Yeah.
This guy was with his dog, but he doesn't talk about the dog when they found him. So I don't know if he ate the dog or not.
Ooh. What do you mean he doesn't talk about it? He's like, where's Fido? And he's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it said when he got
as he's sitting there picking his teeth,
he got stripped and he had a dog. They didn't say anything in the story about the dog, and I'm thinking he might have ate the dog. Could you eat your dog to stay alive? Oh, I don't think I could.
Oh, Fido, I don't know.
It'd be like eating one of your kids.
Ugh.